Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League. Their second to last race, the cutoff race before we go to Chicagoland next week. We're at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Victory Junction 110. Good to be here. Qualifying just started, so let's take it trackside to see what's going on. Looks like our first car on the racetrack putting down a time. Travis Lapenas in the 16. Heading off into turn number 3. Looks like a good run out of turn 4. That's going to put him second best right behind Brandon Dunford. Ooh, he's going to kick it out into 3 and 4. That's going to be a no-no for this lap. let's jump it back to Travis Lapanis. Seeing a lot of drivers take that outside lane. Gonna be really curious by the time we get to race time to see what ends up happening. And Lingerfelt currently P2 as now Dunford crosses the line. That's Dylan Dunford in the 94. He's going to stay P3. Let's see if Kyle Lingerfelt can jump to that pole position. As I say that, click to him, he's going to spin out coming to the front stretch. Looking at the 95 of Devin Smith, P2 on that. Looks like they're going McDonald's this week. Dang it, now on fries. Thanks, guys. Josh Fox goes P1. Good lap for Josh Fox. Let's look at our buddy Ryan Fries. He's going to go 9th best in that very, very nice Fry Trucking number 32 Chevy Camaro. Gonna take a quick jump to Brady Floyd as he's gonna come out of turn 4, and survey says he's gonna go P5 on the board. Fry goes a little bit better. It's still gonna be 9th place. Here's a driver we need to keep an eye on, the 51 of Paul Irving. He's going for the Wrestling Over Everything Challenge, not the Ultimate Challenge where he has to start dead last. He gets to qualify today. Fry, I know you can hear me. What is the regular challenge good for?
15 iRacing dollars.
There you go. I like the sound of that. Very nice. And right now, he's most likely going to start right in that 9th position unless somebody can bunny hop him. And by bunny hopping him, we're looking at 2 drivers. First off is going to be Matt Cochran in the number 4. Oh, he's going to kill the wall. Going to jump to Daniel Park. And after his first lap, he's going to go P6. Good lap for him there. And with that, we are going to grid. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll get you to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Loudon, New Hampshire, for the Victory Junction 110.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, everybody, we are back, and let's run through the starting lineup of the Victory Junction 110. Starting on pole, it's Devin Smith, and then Josh Fox, Brandon Dunford, Kyle Lingerfeld, Daniel Park, Brady Floyd, Travis Lepanis, Dylan Dunford, Paul Irving going for the Wrestling Over Everything Challenge to get that 15 iRacing bucks, and Jesse Adams rounding out the top 10. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. A lot can go wrong. A lot can go great for some drivers. Going to bring up the playoff numbers in just a second, but let's take a look at it. Top right of your screen right now, Brandon Lane to get the really good run off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. A little bit behind them, they are 3-4 wide. So we're going to see 2 wide back here with the 94 of Dylan Dunford and Kyle Lingerfeld. And that's how we are going to complete lap 1, as you see the 51 of Paul Irving cut to the inside of the 09 of Daniel Park into turn 1. Ooh, looked like we had the 55 of Jesse Adams tag the wall out of 2. And it looks like it's a little cloudy there. We're going to jump on board with the number 20, Brady Floyd, to see a lap around New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Yeah, it looks like the cloud cover is probably helping these drivers out, cooling off the track just a tad. A lot of off throttle time, and you got to be really gentle on when you pick it back up. You were almost out of the turn when you pick it back up. And that is a lap around NHMS. Fastest lap of the race is going to go to Landon Lacey, who is just about 10 seconds back, as Ryan Fry is around, coming back up on the racetrack. Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on that car, but there's enough to where the hood on the driver's side is kind of punched in a little bit. But back up towards the front, you got Devin Smith, Brandon Dunford, Brady Floyd, your top 3, Kyle Lingerfeld 4, Dylan Dunford 5, Paul Irving in 6, 7th goes to Josh Fox right now, 8th Travis Lepanis, 9th Jesse Adams, and Daniel Park rounding out your top 10. We are getting spread out. That's normal for this racetrack. It is going to be full of probably drivers getting loose off of the turns. Stay tuned, everybody. It is going to be a wild ride when and if we get restarts, and we're going to see some drivers really show us how well they can save their car when these tires get a little fun. Looking at the 09 of Daniel Park. Doing a pretty good job keeping that car clean. That's a really nice black and pink McDonald's Chevy Camaro. Currently sitting in the 10th position. He's lost about 4 spots. But early on, you just want to keep the car clean. You got 110 laps around the magic mile, and a lot can happen within that. We're going to jump towards the front. We got a battle brewing here between the 19 and the 20. And everybody's trying to catch the 95 of Devin Smith. Use our little drone cam outside the racetrack, jumping over to the inside of the racetrack because we have a car going sideways. I think that's the 55 of Jesse Adams. He's going to collect it, get it going again. Going to lose a couple spots, but most importantly, he's going to stay in this race. Top 5 is getting closer and closer together, all under a second. And there we go. We got the battle for the lead. The 19 of Dunford looking for the lead. He's going to take the lead. He's going to bring the 20 of Brady Floyd with him. But Smith on the inside battling back. As they're side by side as they exit turn 4. You know, I think that was really good for Devin Smith. You know, lead the first couple laps, know what you have for the car, but if they're going to get to you, let them go. You've learned a little bit. You know what the car's going to feel like. Is he's going to get really loose, and he's going to dirt track it in 3 and 4. Going to collect it, going to lose a couple spots here, and we are going to stay green. And that car is going to stay damage free. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. I'm AJ Capola. We have our in-race reporter, Ryan Fries, on standby for when we want to talk to him. But yeah, this is so far an eventful race for a couple drivers. And I say that just for the fact of we've seen a couple drivers hit the yeet button coming out of 2 and 4. As back up front, Brandon Dunford is trying to pull away from Brady Floyd. Gonna jump out towards that blimp cam to see how everybody is running. There's P1 and 2. You got 3 and 4. 5 and 6. So we're getting spread out. This is a racetrack where you will get pulled out along long stretches, and I think we're really going to see it take effect in about another 15 or so laps when you have these leaders try to battle with lap traffic. And with that, you know, these cars can really only go maybe 45, 50 laps on tires, and then by then you are really pushing it. I think if anything, if we stay green, you're looking at people maybe coming down and pushing it to only making it a one-stop race at 55, but even that I feel like is pushing it. Let's go take a look at Dean Qualley running a little bit to see what happened to his car. See the 17 DeWalt coming out of turn 2, and it's going to hit the yeet machine, and oh! Oh, and I think he had to jump the pit road on that one. He did. That's going to leave a mark. Okay, so Mick in the chat, thank you, dude. Fuel is, you're going to be lucky if you hit 50 max. So it looks like you might have some drivers try to save fuel and save that. That'll be interesting. But everything right now are all those 8 drivers in blue on the scoring tower. Those are your playoff drivers, and this is how they sit. Got Brandon Dunford looking okay. Dylan Dunford a little closer. And then you have Brady Floyd just barely above it, along with Josh Fox barely above it. You know, Travis Lapenas right now is doing exactly what he needs to. He needs to finish ahead of either Fox or Floyd, and right now he is just ahead of Josh Fox. What's going on, Chase? How you doing, pal? (17 laps in, 18 laps in here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Brandon Dunford, Brady Floyd, Kyle Lingerfeld, your top 3. Dylan Dunford and Paul Irving, your top 5, as we have a battle for the lead going into turn number 3. Ooh, Floyd's going to push him up a little bit. Let's see who has the run coming out of turn 4. Both giving each other a lot of room. Both playoff drivers. As long as nobody hooks somebody headfirst into the wall, we won't see any suspensions. That was a that was a NASCAR joke, everybody. Well, as I was going to say it and see it, we got a new broadcaster in the booth. TJ, you're making your way up from grabbing your chili cheese dogs and your soda. What's going on, pal?
Not a whole lot, AJ. You know, last time I drive myself to the racetrack.
Well, did you bring up any snacks for me?
You know, we got lost and we ate them on the way, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. You know, you and I have come to this racetrack for probably a while now. You know, my favorite race of the weekend is usually a modified race, but, you know, we're seeing these cup cars get around this magic mile. You know, we've also had a lot of fun racing here in the past together, and along with Ryan. This is where kind of Ryan's Hall of Fame moment came into play, where you do not need to pass me.
I mean, it's not his hang your hat on it moment, but it certainly was an iconic.
Dude, if I had the money for a plaque, I would have it written out with 2 cars crashing engraved into the plaque.
Do you think it would have got him a one-way race?
I don't know, because we were all laughing way too hard.
Considering the guy that was the owner was the one that I wrecked, probably.
Marcy, I am feeling better. Still dealing with the remnants of it, but I am feeling better. How are you feeling? You got to be getting ready to pop in about a month or so. But TJ, have you gotten into the race yet?
Oh yeah, sir. I've been watching since somewhere around you were cracking Chase Elliott jokes.
Oh, so not very far ago. We've had a heck of a group up front right now. They have been leapfrogging, every 4 or 5 laps. It's like people don't want to lead, but then again, they want to lead.
I think I've been here about 10 laps. I got in here, and all I know is I saw the 94 almost hook dead left, like we know a certainly Goater almost did. Well, he didn't almost. He did one night.
Well, we had an issue with Bobby Green real fast. Going to cut you off. Here's the number 59 coming out of turn 2. It's turn 2 and 4 are really heartbreak turns for people.
Well, it's where that thing decides to catch up with itself and get a little snappy. So I'm not surprised.
And for the lead, Kyle Lingerfeld looking to the inside of Brandon Dunford as they're going side by side.
Man, it is tight down there right now.
Yeah, and I think the person in 4th place, the 94 of Dylan Dunford, is probably in the best spot. As I say that, he gets a little squirrely there.
It's the second time I've seen that in 10 laps.
Oof, ah. Yeah, these tires start hating you after about 10 laps. And as you're seeing a lot of drivers moving further and further up on the racetrack, well out of the racing groove, but I guess if you're going to run up there, that turns into the racing groove.
It's interesting to see the 19 hold this 65 off, and how long is he going to be able to do this? The attacking mostly from the 65 as he settles back in. Boy, it's getting tight.
Looked like a couple drivers had different braking points there. I thought for sure the 65 was going to go looping around.
65 trying to gain any advantage he can right here to make a run at him. You get such a run off from that top, it's real hard to beat it.
I think all top 3 drivers there got loose coming out of turn 4, and that 65 had some rear end damage. I wonder if that came from when the 20 maybe popped him into turn 1.
I think so. I think honestly, it looks worse than it is.
Well, yeah, it's a short track. I don't think this place is really that aero dependent.
Man, that 65 is doing everything he can to will it, try to get it to where he can make a run on that 19. He's not there.
I just think he needs to stay close. It's all I think he needs to do. And when it comes to when we pit, and if it's green, undercut it by a lap or 2. Because for what our race analyst or admin analyst told us earlier, Mick, they can go about 50 laps on fuel. And it's a 110 lap race.
I'm going to say that's not quite half.
And I think that might be a little too much to think about for saving.
I mean, over 50 laps, I could easily save 5 laps, but you're not going to be running at the front.
No, you are not. As you're looking at our top 4, top 5 drivers, back to our Wrestling Over Everything Challenge driver in 5th, up 5 positions, started 10th. You got Paul Irving. If he wins, he's going to get a nice $15 payday straight to his iRacing account via Wrestling Over Everything. Go check them out on Facebook. The links are in the description.
He would be the first one ever to capture it.
A couple drivers actually I think have come close. I think Will Cloud a while ago, I think last season, came 1 or 2 positions just shy of being our first ultimate winner.
Yeah, him, Zachary Thornton at one point, another driver from this league, was so close. And, nobody's been able to close the deal. It's easy to win 2 in a row apparently, but not.
I just want one. I just want one.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
But we are 32 laps in, coming to 33. Let's run through your top 10 and see where they run in the cool paint schemes they are in. There's P1 of Brandon Dunford in the number 19. Kyle Lingerfeld in 2nd. Brady Floyd in 3rd. Devin Smith in 4th. Paul Irving in 5th. 6th right now, it's Travis Lepanus. Dalen Dunford 7th. 8th, Josh Fox. 9th, currently sitting Michael Steele with a really good run early on, up 6 positions. And then in 10th, started 13th, Landon Lacey in the number 54 test car. TJ, anything surprising you so far with what you've seen the last 10 or so laps that you've actually been here?
I mean, right now, I'm not... I don't think it's... I wouldn't call it surprise. Because this track, I mean, is just so demanding. Tires, wear, and whatnot. And I think we've seen... for the moment, the cream of the field rise to the top. As these guys, the guys that have been running up front all year, they're at the front, or the ones that have been here all year. Kyle Lingerfeld kind of being the spoiler in this, but Brady Floyd been a front runner all year. He's at the front.
Yeah, but I think Kyle Lingerfeld... Ooh, Devin Smith is going to get a little squirrely there. Dylan Dunford. I think Lingerfeld, once the playoff started, he really started making races consistently, and he has played spoiler to a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I mean, he's lingering around and taking points, valuable points for drivers that could use it away. As the 20 is down pit road.
And so is Paul Irving. starting to think that they might be splitting this in threes. You know, there is tire fall off, but right now, especially with our couple leaders, there's only about a 1.5 fall off. But you will most likely lose a lap and a half here as you're looking at our leader. And we'll jump back to the drivers on pit road as here comes the 19.
And the 16, and I believe the 5.
And the 94.
I mean, I think the floodgates are open now that 20 went down. But I think, too, though, there's room, and we know it, of the team, if they're going to try it, that will try to go long, they're the guys still on the racetrack.
Yep, Lingerfelt, Devin Smith, Josh Fox. And they got Landon Lacey that is really passing some drivers, as he's got a 51 car of Paul Irving to his inside. And he's going to pass the 19. Looked like that extra lap probably helped. Oh, as we have a car around Paul Irving.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Is right. Does he gas it a little too hard and loop it? That's exactly. Oh. That's exactly what happened. And then he gets T-boned by the 19 of Brandon Dunford,
who was just trying to safely exit pit lane. Ooh.
There's a lot of damage on both cars. A lot of damage on both cars.
And I tell you, that couldn't have worked out any better than it did for the 65, 95, 90, 09, and 7.
Yep. You're right.
The 4, the 15 also going to benefit. 49. The worst part too, AJ, because he's involved in the crash, is the 19 gonna get a lucky dog?
He's not gonna get a lucky dog, but he should get a wave around when they allow him to go around.
Can he take that with all that damage, though?
Well, as long as he doesn't have a black flag, he's able to do whatever he wants.
Because I'm sure he's going to be looking for that. You know, it's strange. It's showing on my screen the 16 is being on the lead lap.
Because the 16 is on the lead lap. He did get his lucky dog.
Was he the lucky dog then?
He should have been. Want to give a huge shout out to Mick Olofsson and Falcon Grafix. Mention All-Star 15 TV over to their Facebook page and you'll save $5 on a custom iRacing paint.
Looks like there's a whole slew of drivers getting ready to take a wave around.
Guys, just take notice. It's the only time that I'll be directly behind the pace car.
I did see that beautiful car of yours. How are you enjoying beautiful New Hampshire so far?
He's wishing Bud was in front of him.
It looked like early you may have the 19 pitting.
Yes,
Wow.
yes he is.
Wow.
And he's been on pit road a while.
Am I not live?
Yeah, I don't think you're live. He's been on pit road for a while.
Gonna go ahead and get that damage now, I guess.
Or at least as much as you can, I would assume. And I would assume for Paul Irving, too, as he's already one lap down and could be looking at, because the pace car is leaving turn 4 now. Got Bobby Green coming down pit road, possibly to top off. Wow. Once again, a wrestling over everything contender early on with damage and possibly with his race over and done with.
I mean, he's gonna need
a couple cautions.
Yeah.
So, TJ, you had Bobby Green up front, you had Brandon Dunford up front, you had Brady Floyd up front. What does this do to the front of this field?
I mean, it's obviously it plays into the hand of the guys that were up front already and stayed out. There might be some drivers you actually see try to do the unthinkable here and unlap themselves the hard way.
Well, we're going to stay right here and find out. Green flag here at New Hampshire. Not a great launch for Devin Smith.
A whole bunch of teammates up here is clearly the theme this week was McDonald's car.
McFlurries.
Granted,
the ice cream machine never works, but, you know.
I don't know if I can... I mean, I know the one I would say is the obvious favorite of them for me.
Is it the black and purple one? Oh, no, the Bubba Wallace one. Never mind.
Well, that's why I'm saying if I go with the obvious favorite, we know. Let's throw that one out of the schemes just on merit. That black.
Yeah, I like Daniel Parks.
Pink?
It's pink.
It's probably my favorite, actually. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm a Bubba Wallace fan. You care how about that you want with his politics. I like the kid and what he can do.
Honestly, I'm more of a Bubba Wallace fan right now than Chase Elliott.
Well, at least one of them got to race last week, and I'll leave it at that. It didn't happen that way last year. But, you know, it's just...
Landon Lacey to the point.
Alone, that black and pink one's amazing.
We have a test car leading the field.
The 65 will always have a special place in my heart.
Woo! The 09.
Boy. Come back!
All right, we're done.
Back.
We're done talking about the 09. We're done.
Come back!
It happened Wednesday. The minute I opened my mouth about a driver for the league race I was broadcasting on Wednesday, you can go check it out on the channel. The minute I said something, he took a header right into the turn wall.
There's nothing down there that has ever done anybody any good. Let's just say that.
The grip strip is not down there.
I mentioned a league owner that we raced against once got yeeted down into that inside wall, rather surprisingly, and he to this day holds a grudge with New Hampshire for it.
I mean, I don't hold a New Hampshire. I was too busy dying. I won that race because of Ryan.
Although I was talking about the one with, I don't know if you were racing with Sean. Sean had a dominating car at this place in CCRL, and the car yeeted itself out of 2 after a restart. And even though he had gotten damage on the car, he was still running us back down. Just didn't have the laps.
Gonna drop back a little bit further. Gonna look at Austin Green as he's trying to battle with the 49 of TJ Floyd.
Now, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say, are these guys behind this 54 saving tire?
I have no clue. But Landon Lacey not only has the fastest lap time, he has the fastest overall 10 laps. So,
I mean, we've still got a pit stop. Everybody's going to have to pit again.
At least once. As we are almost halfway through this already.
Yeah, it should be this time by. I do believe they would collect the halfway.
Nope, 55. 55.
Oh, right. Never mind. I was thinking 100.
It is the Victory Junction 110 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Extreme Forces Racing League. Second to last race of the season. Next week, we chop it down to just 4 drivers, and they will run for a championship.
110 here isn't as strange as like the Cup Series does with like a 301, so I'm much appreciative of that.
I mean, I like the extra lap. It means hey, if you pay like $90 for a seat, and there's an extra lap, it makes the price per lap come down.
I like where you're saying and thinking, but all it was for me was an extra lap to get to the car quicker and try to get out of this.
Oh, God. This is why I camped here. We didn't leave till Monday morning.
No, usually with the way this race was, the thing was decided well beforehand. It usually came down to fuel strategy, and with about 10 to 5 to go, depending on who the leader was, it was go time.
Yeah, that's why I said the best race is usually the first race of the weekend, and that's Saturday morning or Saturday early afternoon, and it's the modifieds.
I think they honestly started running those on Friday.
Well, no, they do the All-Star race on Friday.
But it was the modifieds here, and it's a super speedway to them, and it shows that racing is immaculate.
Oh boy, TJ, I'm gonna have to show it, but there's a reason why there's a lot of smoke on the front stretch.
Uh-oh.
It's the number 32 of Ryan Fry.
I don't think he likes you right now.
He will when I say he didn't hit anything.
Well,
He just kicked up a crud ton of smoke. But race leader Landon Lacey pulling away by a second and a half over Kyle Lingerfeld. He has said no quarter to the rest of the field.
I will be very interested to see late run how that plays out for him.
I mean, I've raced, I've commentated, and I've race controlled for Landon Lacey in leagues before. He is a fast driver from start to finish and a smart driver from start to finish.
You know who's benefiting from... Oh, boy.
Not saying it this time.
We all saw it. We know what happened.
Nope, I looked away. Mick in the chat goes, if I had a wrestling name, it would be McNasty.
Oh, God.
I don't know if that's a wrestling name, pal, and I'm just going to say that. As we are really getting strung apart, Landon Lacey by a second and a half. Your closest battle has to be for this fourth position, and Matt Cochran is doing everything he has to. He is the furthest ahead of all the playoff drivers. He needs the most points. Let me plop that back up on the screen for people to see. He needs to overcome 13 points.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way to do it right here.
Yeah.
He was one of the ones that kind of lucked into still being on the track when the caution flew. But, I mean, it's not like he's running bad here. I have a feeling he was probably one of the drivers saving. I know Matt well enough to say he probably was going to try to stop this, and then obviously with that caution, the necessity for that went away, and now he's probably flopped strategy back.
Well, and the drivers he has to be ahead, unfortunately, are right on his tail.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the... Oh, we got a yellow.
We do got a yellow, and it's for TJ Floyd, second caution of the evening.
Not me.
See what happens here. He's got that 94 to his... Oh! Oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
Take a look at that again. Gonna far chase that. You know, they're rubbing a little bit.
I'm surprised.
Ooh. Wow. He lost it on his own.
For the most part, yeah. I'm surprised that they even threw a yellow for that.
Well, I think it's because he was sliding across the track very slowly instead of off the track. And it's pit stop time. And Matt Cochran is staying out. Now, it's something I probably should know. But if there's a point for a lap led, he just got it.
That could be the strategy play.
And then possibly coming down pit road right now. But then again, that would also then... No, actually, Brady Floyd is a lap down. Brandon Dunford just got his lap back, too.
He is holding a handful of guys a lap down.
which is very smart because he is fighting with Brady.
I want to mention, AJ, I do believe the Wrestling Over Everything challenge has been decided and Fry keeps his money. Paul Irvin is 16 laps down on this field.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate there.
Um,
He was running good too. He was up in the top 5.
He's right behind our leader, but I mean, I just don't see him 16 laps up. I'm assuming he stayed on pit road and got all that damage repaired. And see the damage done to his hope. Price $15.
Curse, I know.
It is. I mean, it really is. Whether you take the start at the rear or take the start where you qualify, nobody's been able to do it.
All right, so TJ, we got a little bit of a confirmation about how they do points during the race. It is 1 point for a lap led. It is 3 points for a 0x.
Yeah, that being a huge thing. We all thought about it a couple weeks ago from Darlington, how the 5 who got into a very late race skirmish had those 3 points, lost them from the skirmish, I believe with like 2 to go or whatever it was to go, and how that could, potentially have led to his demise in this postseason.
Well, oh, you're talking Darlington 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
okay.
Darlington, and how those points are huge if you can keep the thing clean.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate because he did nothing wrong and he got caught up into somebody else's mess.
I mean, literally, you could just get loose out of 2, go down and touch the grass, or go too far down on the apron and get a 1X for leaving the track surface, or simply let it roll a little too wide off the turn, catch the wall, and get a 2X. I mean, there's a million ways to get an X here. So if you can manage to not do any of them, that 3 points, it could be the difference.
All right, before we go green and put lap 63 on the board, if this is your first time on All-Star 15 TV, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, hit that subscribe button, like the video, follow if you're on Facebook. We're here every Monday for the Extreme Forces Racing League, and on Wednesday we have the Sim 500 Truck Series, but we are green again at New Hampshire.
The 4-car
great launch.
Jumps right away.
He's going to have to. Everybody else is on 22 lap pressure tires.
Yeah, and I mean
20 lap pressure tires.
It showed mid-turn and out. But I mean, like we figured, Matt, he went and got that point for leading the lap.
Ooh, he's got to be careful though. That wall will bite you.
He needs to run his race. He's probably hoping for a little more chaos right here.
Yeah, but is he hoping for a little more chaos right now? Because I would assume he'd want to go far enough to where it brings everybody else down pit road again.
I mean, the difference in those tires, it could be as much as 5 to 10 laps would be all he needs. Mostly, I bet you he hopes before they get all strung out. And then, well, he's going to get it.
As TJ Floyd again, and that's going to collect Landon Lacey, it sounds like. Oh, sounds like it collected a lot of drivers.
He had help. It was the
Paul
51.
Irving clips him in the left rear, and a couple drivers just, oh, God.
It sounds like it might have been a netcode thing because 51 didn't even get a 0X or anything for it.
Well, we show actually contact here. But I got to take your attention to, I think the 19 gets involved and the 20 also gets involved. Yeah, there's the 19 and then the 20 along with Jesse Adams in the 55.
Just trying not to be a part of it, too. They get caught up. Fry in it.
I didn't see Fry hit anybody. I thought Fry just stopped.
Oh, I hit Landon Lacey right square in the butt.
Hard.
Oh.
He murdered him. I mean, it might have killed Fry. Yeah, the 54 just, locking it up and trying not to hit the 49. He kind of loses it, which is what collects the 19, which takes out 3-4 cars. The 20 probably got the least amount of it for being in it.
Not gonna lie, I never saw him. I don't know if it's the race surface and the gray car or what, but I
That he
never
blended
saw
into
him.
the track.
Yeah, I never saw him.
59.
Well, you're also
really...
colorblind, so gray probably just looks like all gray.
We'll go with that. We're gonna go with that one. Fry's gonna take any excuse you give him.
I'll just be dead serious. I never saw him until I hit it. Until it was already too late, and I was already on the brakes.
And because of that wreck, Brady Floyd has lost the lucky dog because he was involved in the caution. So looking at the drivers that were in that caution, you have Landon Lacey, TJ Floyd, Brandon Dunford, and Brady Floyd. You have Brady Floyd and Brandon Dunford that are both playoff drivers. Matt Cochran coming down, grabbing fresher tires. TJ, he's going to have 6 lap fresher tires than the rest of the field. I think this is kind of, where he wants to sit.
Well,
Unfortunately, he's going to be in 9th.
What's the point gap the 19 has? Does he have the room for this?
Well, let's check it out. I'll pull it back up. The 19 has.
He had a small cushion.
He's got a 6-point lead over the cut line.
Which this is going to be very tight.
Yes. Speaking of very tight, stay tuned to All-Star 15 TV on Facebook and YouTube after the race. Once the admins of the EFRL post the points to their respective pages, I will steal it and then post it to YouTube and Facebook so all you wonderful people can also see it.
I was wondering where you were going with the whole tight thing.
A little bit of thievery.
Not really thievery. It's not like we don't cover
I know. No, I mean, it's relevant. Anybody that pays attention, they're going to want to know. And if they don't know where to find it on their own, they'll know to find it from you. The 20 just lost his monitor for a moment.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. And
As
green flag
we
is
are
in the air, and Lingerfelt with an excellent launch. Jesus, he has a good couple cars on Devin Smith. McDonald's. 1, 2, 3.
McDonald's Lapenis.
What fast food joint is Lapenis?
And
yeah.
did like some pizza joint on the hood of his car?
I think so.
Is pizza fast food? Is that the new debate? Does that go right up there with hot dog is a sandwich or isn't?
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Pizza is only fast food if it's Domino's, Pizza Hut, or something like that.
I mean, I've had a Costco pizza that came out pretty quick.
Michael Steele looking to get a position on the 94 of Dylan Dunford. There's got a little contact out of turn 4.
He's trying to go over the heist of the century and steal his way into the final round.
No kidding. Uh-oh. Dylan Dunford with a quick blink there.
AJ, your New Englanders showing with that kid.
What?
I said your New Englanders showing.
With what?
The
Fly
kid.
down?
No, God, please.
Why, did I have like an accent there for a second?
You did.
Oh, I'm a sorry, everybody.
I don't know whatever got it with the accent part.
Now I'm trying to figure out what I said. Oh, there goes TJ Floyd again. Spins to the inside, hits the inside wall, and
No
we're going to stay
caution.
green right now. as he has a modified coming up to him, and that looks like Jesse Adams.
Yeah, Jesse, part of the fracas over there, the last big one. That 49 just doesn't sound right anymore.
No, it doesn't. And he's been a couple times tonight off track and squirrely.
Once on his own, once with help.
And I can attest, this is not an easy track.
No, it's like an oversized Martinsville, and there's no forgiveness.
No,
I've always said I would love for them to demolish the current setup, put more banking up this place, do something with it, because it's just so unforgiving.
I would just like them to just dig up the turns and just dig the inside lane down a little bit and the outside lane up a little bit, give it a little more curvature. I also want them to put lights here, but Loudoun County, every time they propose it, shoots it down.
Something about a curfew.
Yep, which makes no sense because Animal Hill is not that far away from the racetrack. And that's where all the college party goers go. It's like old X-Lot.
Right, I mean, then Bike Week is not far from here in Laconia. You think the motorcycles are quiet?
No, and if you ever watch South Park, I'm not going to say it, but you'll get a nice chuckle out of bikers in South Park.
I'm sure that's not the only thing you'll find in the hills of Colorado on South Park.
They also had a NASCAR episode, which was funny.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I might have to Google that now.
Oh, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Man, it is
I
tight.
haven't watched South Park in at least 15 years.
Maybe after the race, TJ, we'll jump to our Discord and we'll watch the episode.
I watched their post-COVID special, and I thought it was hilarious that COVID lasted.
Ooh, the paint is a little squirrely out of two.
I'm telling you, the guy that can just not get loose is going to win this race, and right now that looks to be the 65.
You know, I really thought fresher tires was going to help Matt Cochran out, but he is struggling right now to even hold 7th.
It might. That's one of those things I think it might help him later, not right now. You got to figure these guys are going to get looser quicker than he is. If he can just maintain position.
What's going on, Zach? Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I've gone to New Hampshire and camped out for the weekend. But yes, they are not quiet and very annoying till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Which is fine, because if I just want to get some free alcohol that I didn't pay for, I just go there. And some other stuff.
Oh man,
Steele and Dunford, I really thought there was going to be contact between them again.
That 16 car doing everything he needs to do as the 65 shows a little bit of breakaway now on his vehicle, trying to run away to the wall.
I've raced with Michael Steele a lot in the Next Gen Series until we acquired the Sim 500 League on Wednesdays. He is very, very aggressive when it comes to driving until he gets to somebody. And then he really tries to be respectful and not even come close to touching them. And, you know, I like that out of a driver, but when your playoffs are on the line and we are coming to just 30 to go, I think it's time to maybe use the bumper a little bit.
Well, it depends too if you're carrying that 0X. Those 3 points for the 0X could be worth more than getting into somebody. I mean, you're only going to pick up a point. If you bump somebody, the 3 points, if you lose that, could make the difference.
And he makes the pass.
He might get another one here.
On Dylan Dunford. Yeah, his exit off of the turns is really hurting him. He's really good entering.
The 5 had to give it back. That's crazy.
They told him to give it back?
Not told to give it back, like gave it back, couldn't hold it.
Oh.
Still there, still showing the nose.
I just think Mike's using his tires up by trying to cut that inside a little bit more. As he gets by, he made the pass.
It was kind of a bit of a slide job. I mean, you almost have to here, the way the cars are running, and look how tight this front group is.
I mean, isn't this what you want with 30 to go? Because it's what I want for 30 to go.
This is the best freaking race in New Hampshire I've seen in I don't know how long. Oh.
And yellow flag is out, and it is the 20 of Brady Floyd.
And it all goes away.
And it's gone. See what happens here. Watching it off of turn 2. And did he just gas it too soon?
He wouldn't be the first one guilty of it.
I'm going to jump on board with the number 20.
I think he did, and he paid for it. The damage is done.
Oh, he really stepped on it. Like, really, really stepped on it.
Well, I think he stepped in it now. I think he really just watching his season spiral out of control here.
And here comes everybody down pit road. And who's staying out? The 4 of Matt Cochran.
I am not shocked. I mean, we're in the window now. I think they've got enough to make it. He was what, about 7th prior?
Yes.
So as long as he doesn't fall to lower than 7th here, it
works out.
A gain. I know Brady Floyd right now is wishing, he's like, man, Matt, can you get pitted?
For all we know, Matt can come down now.
I don't foresee it. I mean, he's led a lap. I wouldn't see why, as we've got cloud cover. This could be.
Speaking of cloud cover, let's see what the temperature is currently sitting at. The track temperature is just at 99 degrees. We are under 100 degrees now. Everybody else is baking in the bleachers, but, you know, the track temp isn't too bad.
Well, let's be glad they're not using real world weather. Is you'd have to have this place be a little bit smoky from the fires, and which we wish Canada well and hope she stops burning.
This is going to be interesting. 25 laps to go. We're under our 4th caution. Victory Junction 110 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Extreme Forces Racing League, their Gen 6 series. Second to last race of the season. After tonight, we cut it down to 4 drivers, and they will run for the championship in Chicagoland next week. I'm H. Capola. You have TJ Barnier up in the broadcast booth with me, and we have radio contact with Ryan Fry whenever he feels like talking, which is usually whenever he wants. But Ryan, how's the modified doing?
I've been trying to keep it from spinning around. I've been running some. Feels like consistent laps, nowhere near what these guys are running, but it's all the track time is what I need, so.
Are you worried about the one position that you could potentially lose if you pulled it in and came and watched the finish?
No, but the one thing that I've failed to do all year so far, and it's more my self-fault, is not finished a race, so.
He's gonna go do it.
He's going to do his best to do it. And it doesn't matter if you finish first or last, as long as you do your best to finish the race, you have something to hold your head
out
on.
On the backstretch, guys. It's gonna get hot again.
You, sir, are in line for a 15th. I'd take that.
And if we get another caution, Brady Floyd will get his lap back as long as he is not a part of that caution.
Which tonight, the way it's been going, been a part of more than I'm sure he wanted to be.
Well, And we are green. Matt Cochran with an excellent launch. Everybody else snoozing behind him.
He needed it, and he's going to need to hold it. Those little bit older tires, could be the thing. His biggest problem points-wise is the guys he's got to beat are right there with him.
Yep.
Oh, big block, the 65 trying to hold the 5 up. Matt's saying, yeah, boys, just keep battling. The more laps you click off here, the less spots I'm going to lose.
Oh, the 65, you got to remember, is teammates with Josh Fox.
Oh, and then 95 got the 5.
There's a lot of damage on the back end of Michael Steele's car.
If he had a 0X, it's no more. As the 94 says, hey, boys, I'm here to party. I'd like to stick my Tennessee orange where it doesn't belong tonight. Let's have some fun.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened going into turn 1 with Michael Steele.
Oh, the 09 and the 15 still making contact right now. Some tough racing.
You
Hard
know,
racing.
the 95 sent the 5. It really didn't hurt the 5 that much.
No, they made contact.
That looked like more of a Mike, hold on.
I tell you who has gone nowhere but backward on this restart, the 16, who could ill afford to give up positions, has given up a ton of them.
Well, so is Matt Cochran, as that's a really nice battle back there.
He's almost 7th where he was before and potentially could be giving up more. I would have to think another yellow right here, he'd come get tires.
I would assume so. Honestly, at this point, for anybody who did not come in, and I think that's really only Matt Cochran, is he wants this to go to lap 100 and then a caution come out.
I mean, these guys got to be running out of tires too, right? Like, oh, the 15! Big moment there, saved it.
Yippee-ki-yay, holds on to it and keeps it on the racetrack.
The 19 looking to have a big recovery. Those 6 points that he had, I don't think he's going to lose it to the people that he needed to lose it to.
Got Dylan Dunford trying to pressure Michael Steele. This is for a second, as Steele's going to have a really good exit off of 2.
Now that would be, that you have to think AJ too, that's big points wise. Because of the night Brandon Dunford's had, anything Dylan can pass is points less on a driver he really had to worry about potentially jumping him. I mean, the 94 was right there with him always, so you'd rather give up the points to the 94 than lose them to somebody outside and below the cut. And his teammates, I mean, they might be communicating that. Like, hey, man, if you can get that guy, you're helping me out.
Michael's really putting a lot of pressure on Kyle Lingerfeld.
The 19 has or should clear the 4 down into the straight, or the corner here.
Here comes Austin Green as well.
He should be able to close the door on the top this time. It's going to be big for him.
Cochran sinking like stones in the ocean right now.
Yeah, he's bled one. He's one position behind where he was. So far it hasn't worked out. If, like you said, they get a yellow right here, he's got an extra set of tires these guys don't have. He's going to come get them. Yeah,
but what we saw early on is there was about a 15-lap gap, or about a 10-lap gap between cautions where everybody pit and basically he just pit. And he did not improve in the running order at all. So while New Hampshire is really tough to pass, it doesn't look like those fresher tires coming from mid-pack are really helping, at least him.
Right. I mean, at this point, AJ, he gets the yellow. You might as well go change him. He's not going to lose anything. 2 spots. He's 11th. He can only go to 13th. were that caution to fly, I'm sure he'd come get him. This battle at the front is wild. One slip up from the 65, and the 5 car is going to be all over him.
The 5 car's already all over him. What
Well,
are you saying?
All over him and maybe by him. This is the best run I think we've seen all season out of the 5, and the most important race he needs to have it in.
Yeah, but I think that's underplaying it a little bit. He's been consistently in the top 10 all season long.
Right, and all season that got you by, but now when you have to be top 4 here for 2 weeks, it's not enough. Had he survived Darlington without what happened, he'd probably be looking really good right now.
He might even be in the positive territory.
Right, certainly, I would have to think.
But you have Steele, Dylan Dunford, Travis Lapanis, Daniel Park.
That is exactly what the 4 car needed.
And once again,
Exactly
out
what
of
the 4
turn
car
2.
needed.
Oh, he just stepped on it and stepped on it hard.
And somebody else is loving seeing that right now, Brady Floyd, as his playoff hopes suddenly get a last breath, life breathed into him. This has brought the chaos factor to the top, AJ.
Oh no.
We are...
TJ has said the magic words, or the magic word.
We are at the chaos limit here in New Hampshire.
Oh, pits are open.
Restart with under 10 to go. I know the 4 is coming to get tires.
What did I say? Lap 100?
Yep. There it is.
It wasn't too far off.
Listen, Larry Mack.
Hey, listen, every blind squirrel finds a nut at some point. Congratulations.
Wow. Wow, to bury the lead.
Fry, you gotta bury that car on pit road and come watch this.
I already am. I spun, you guys missed it.
No, I didn't miss it. I just didn't click on it.
That's good boy, good boy. I'd hate that to come smack the shit out of you.
Ow.
Ouch. From what I gather, it wouldn't be the first time you've done that racetrack.
At least I'm not the one friend that said he was going to kick you somewhere.
Man, oh man, is business about to pick up in front of the field.
Thanks, TJ. Appreciate that, pal.
You're welcome.
I really can't wait for this restart. Michael Steele needs to get the restart of his life. 16 lap fresher tires for Matt Cochran. Oh boy.
And he's coming, like I said, he's going to be coming from about the 11th position.
Yeah, I got him in 12th, but I think the 09 shouldn't he get a black flag for causing the caution?
He will. He will.
So then, yeah, Matt should start 11th.
Which, I mean, I don't know if I'd want the top or the bottom. I don't know if it's going to matter.
I don't know, but over our first run of about, what was that, like 20, 25 laps, there was only a second and a half of fall off.
I tell you, the driver that loved to see that the most probably is Brandon Dunford, because if he can pick off 1 or 2 more guys, he has certainly cleared his way through. Those earlier troubles will be erased with a couple spots gained.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a pretty decent car. I mean, he was up at the front early. Certainly has a car capable of making some headway here into this top 5.
Well, lights are off on the pace car, TJ. Just about a half a lap away from going back under the green flag. I'm nervous. I know a lot of these drivers are nervous. I don't know what we're going to see, but TJ, I'm going to use your word here. We're going to see some chaos.
We are at the chaos limit. We are at the chaos limiter. It can only go wild from here. I don't think it's going to be tame. I really, really don't.
That the whole race has been tame.
I think we're about to throw tame out the window.
You recall, New Hampshire has been this series' Achilles' heel no matter what.
59 not closing gap.
And there he goes. Excellent launch by Lingerfeld and launch by Dylan Dunford.
Almost like the 5 was sleeping there.
Oh, are they about to put it 3 wide?
The whole outside lane. They are 3, maybe 4 wide back in the pack by around TJ Floyd and Brady.
I don't know.
Floyd, Brady, Floyd 3 wide. Almost 4 wide as Austin Green sails it out to the wall. This could get ugly. Come back, Nelly.
Wow. I thought all of them were going to run out of room there.
There's still 3 wide. And there's the contact. Floyd's. Goodbye. See you later. No yellow. No yellow.
Where's the yellow?
No yellow. Wow. Wow.
Brady Floyd was stopped out of turn 2 for, it felt like, 10 seconds.
He was told by race control to move along. Unbelievable. How is that not a caution? I just don't. I mean, we've talked about it before, and I've heard the whys, but man, how is that not a caution?
Well, that's also going to keep everybody behind them bunched up. You got the 90 and the 16 side by side into turn 1. That's going to help Michael Steele hold on to third, but he is looking out his windshield trying to catch Dylan Dunford with 4 laps to go.
Tell you, somebody that's hurting here now who's lost a few spots didn't gain. Brandon Dunford has slipped. Matt Cochran coming.
Yeah, he is up to 7th.
He's got people in front of him on older, slippier tires. As long as he doesn't overgas it, he can certainly pick up a couple.
Oh, we got a battle for the lead here. Both Lingerfeld and Dunford loose out of 2.
I think the guy who can get to the throttle first is going to win this race when it comes to that last lap. But that 94 is going to be throwing the Hail Mary here.
I have a strong feeling that 5 could be in the catbird seat.
I don't think the 94 will wreck the 65, but man, how much leeway do you give him here? Big run coming, big run coming. That was a great turn, but can he do anything with it? Might be trying to set him up, trying to figure out the spot where he's got to make the move on the last lap. Attacks him.
And we are coming to the wrestling over everything white flag.
4 car in the top 5. 54. Strong earlier underneath the 5. If these guys make contact, everybody's looking to get involved. The 5 slips again. He's going to lose another one. Does the 94 one last time have anything for the 65? Sails it in there. Here comes the 54. He sails it. They're all sliding. 94 around. Collect Steele. Cochran going to get second.
And Michael Steele is going to come home third. Hey guys, do you think we should watch that whole last lap again? Because I do. Let's go blimp cam and let's just see it all fold right now. Here's the last lap.
Oh my goodness. What a wild one. Man, that might, I hate to say it, but this could be potentially devastating for Dylan Dunford. What was his gap?
Let's wait and see. You're going to see the 94 get loose. That's going to collect the 54. Cochran goes to the outside. Michael Steele kind of aspects the 54. He's going to take third on this. So, before the race tonight, those are the points.
Remember, I said the chaos was at its point. Was that the boiling?
Dylan Dunford comes across the line 12th.
That is not good for him.
Josh Fox comes home 4th. Michael Steele gets a 3rd, and Matt Cochran gets a 2nd.
You want to say the move of the race was taking tires with 10 to go?
I mean, didn't I say that? Didn't I say that?
Wow!
I know a broken clock's right at least twice a day, and
we all said it. We knew we got the chance to throw those fresh tires on, but I don't think anybody expected it to be that good.
Well, I know Mick is listening. I know Dean's probably listening. Guys, we need points ASAP tonight. We need points ASAP. I can't.
We want them.
We need to know. Our fans need to know, not just me, not just TJ. We need to know. But TJ, you ready for some interviews?
Send me some drivers. I don't care the order. That was wild. I loved it.
Well, here's race winner of the Victory Junction 110 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the driver of the 65 and your favorite paint scheme, Kyle Lingerfeld.
Kyle Lingerfeld, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Was that wild enough for you at the finish?
Oh man, that was a lot of fun. I'm just happy Dylan couldn't reach me in 3 and 4 in that final corner, or else I would have been spinning.
I think he tried, not intentionally, but man, everybody gave it everything they had there, and wow, I'm sure you were looking in your review as you saw all the chaos unfold. But you, sir, ran a great race.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was. I don't think you ever made an error.
No, I actually ran one of the cleanest races of the season, honestly, and I felt like 2 weeks ago I had a really good run going, and I ended up coming short due to a late yellow. We got a late yellow again, and I just thought, man, I can't throw this one away this time.
I mean, I don't think there was really for you any drama. You avoided the chaos, whereas everybody else was at the center of it. And that car is beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Shout out to McDonald's and DEI this weekend. We had great, strong cars. This series continues to deliver. Sir, you Mick delivered it tonight. I hope you are enjoying the heck out of it. Thank you. I am.
You are playing spoiler unbelievably well, and we love it. Love it.
This has been a lot of fun. I enjoy the series. I wasn't able to run full time, but I'm glad to be here at the end and having fun.
Yeah, I mean it shows. I mean, and when you can go do what you did tonight and run a really clean race and just be where you need to be when you need to be there the most, and you got it done. I love your burnout right now.
All right, Kyle, before we let you go, you got any sponsors or anything else you want to thank before we let you really go tear Louder, New Hampshire down tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank Dean for putting on this league every week. You guys are doing a great job in the booth every week. DEI for letting me run for them part-time. Let's go Josh Fox. I don't know if he made it to the championship round, but I believe he did. And shout out to Boss Security and Automation. If you guys have any camera, networking, access control sort of needs, give us a call. Thank you guys for everyone else and allowing me the opportunity to do this in front of you guys. This has been a lot of fun and one of my favorite tracks.
All right, brother. Great job tonight. Congratulations. And hopefully we see you next week at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to skip it for the championship, but I think now I'll just run for fun.
There you go, pal. I like that. See you next week, dude.
Thank you.
All right, TJ. I know you're looking forward to this one. P2 tonight after a bunch of Hail Marys. Let's talk to him. TJ, you'll get first crack. It's Matt Cochran.
Matt Cochran, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
How was fresh rubber treating you this evening?
Well, it was loose on the get-go, but we were coming from the back.
Man, did the C's part or did the C's part for you tonight?
Which
What
time?
a finish. Yes.
Because in the back they parted, and then I just stayed in it.
I watched the Floyds kind of just crash around you. You went by them, and then again at the front. Man, you did everything I think you needed to do. We are hoping for points updates here quickly. I have to think you might have done it. You might have done the impossible.
I don't know, but I was 13 points out of it. I had a 1X from that Floyd thing, and other than that, it had been a clean race. So it's going to be close.
If you don't get in, Michael Steele definitely gets in.
Well, Chicagoland's next week, so whether we're in or out, we're going for a win next week.
There you go.
So,
I like that logic. I like that thinking.
yeah, it don't matter who wins the championship, then we're going for a win. So,
Well,
it'll be
yeah, I
fun.
mean, regardless, whether you're in or out, the front being number one next week's where it matters. So,
yeah,
hopefully you're in it, and if you're not, go get the trophy anyway.
I'll try. We've been close. What's this? We did a third, a second, so now we're just missing a first.
I mean, I would love to be able to see it, so make it happen.
I'll try, guys. So,
any sponsors you want to thank? And
yes,
any of
I'd
that
like to
jazz?
thank Darnell Racing, Bass Pro Shop, Carol for the paint schemes that he makes for us. Hopefully we can put the 4 on the side for next week, but I don't think we'll get it, so we'll be pulling the contingency off for the round of 8. So, but you guys always great job. Enjoy watching.
Well, we appreciate that, and sir, we appreciate the show you put on for us here late this evening. Because man, we were all like, Matt's got those tires, he's got the laps, and then everything moved the way it needed to for you, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, the guy who was spot for me was also crew chief for me, and at one point we were yelling at each other. I was like, "Look, I'm not taking tires. I'm staying out." And that's when we stayed out. And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "You know what you want to do?" I was like, "Just put them on when I tell you."
And it worked.
Yep. Well, good job, guys. I'll talk to y'all next week or tomorrow or whenever we race again.
We'll talk to you. We love
All
it.
right. All right, guys. Later.
See you later, Matt. Well, let's talk to him. The driver of the number 5, Michael Steele.
Michael Steele, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, have you put on a run here late that might come clutch in the moment? Could be talked about for years to come of how you just got to get it done when you got to get it done. How do you feel after the run tonight?
I mean, AJ, you remember the conversation I had about 6 weeks ago about my biggest goal for at some point the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Yep. I wanted to make it to the broadcast booth. This is my first time on oval asphalt to make it in here and get to chat with y'all. So if I got lucky and made it in, that's bonus points.
It's going to be close. I think you have to be close.
Yeah, I mean, after last week and getting taken out, it's pretty... I knew that coming in, my only chance was, I mean, honestly, to win, but I got to be happy with where I came out.
Dude, you honestly, as the race went on and on and on, it felt like your car was getting more comfortable, more stable. We didn't see your back end of the car kick out like one of your dirt cars. Take us through the race, dude, because you started creeping up the leaderboard more and more and more. But how was it in the car? Did you feel the pressure of the moment?
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm got the chills right now just thinking about it because I mean it's being a professional bowler for so long and then having to quit that, and this is my new passion, and it's just learning as much as I can, thanks to Jer and Travis and everybody who helps me. And yeah, I mean, I felt like I was on edge the entire night. So, I mean, I appreciate that y'all at least I looked stable. I always felt like I was Kyle Larson in it tonight.
you had it felt like a dominant car, really. I think the points are being updated as we...
Yeah, I am just getting confirmation on it now.
If I make it in, y'all might make me cry.
I mean, if I'm looking at the point tally sheet, what I'm showing is you fourth. If this is the updated correct numbers, AJ, can you confirm?
So, what I am looking at right now, via Mick Olofsson and Dean Qualley, your 4 drivers going into Chicagoland next week to run for their championship. Brandon Dunford, Josh Fox, Travis Lepanis, and soon-to-be Papa Bear, Michael Steele.
Hell yeah, guys. Heck yeah.
Unbelievable. What a run.
The fact that Travis and I made it in, that was my biggest thing, is I didn't even know if I had a chance, and I really wanted to just help him get in, but the fact that both of us got in, and it's pretty exciting.
Well, I think you have a lot of practicing to do for Chicagoland next week. I know you're Mr. Dirt Racer, but time for you to really get in there and probably run 3 times over what that race is actually going to be next week.
Yeah, I feel like I've gained some mileage. I just blew a motor.
Yes, you did.
I feel like
I jumped. That was loud.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't too loud for me. But yeah, I feel like I've gotten a lot faster. I don't know if it's a Gen 6, but I mean, obviously, like I said, the help with the JTD guys give me, I feel like I've improved a lot. So hopefully we can just show it off next week.
Well, you have put on a show for us here late in the season, and you have certainly earned your way at a shot at a championship. And I mean, just do what you did tonight one more time, and you could be hoisting a big old trophy at the end of the...
I sure hope so. That's what we're gonna shoot for, guys.
Either way, whatever happens next week, I gotta say that number 5 team should be very proud of what they've done all season long.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good, I won't say send off because I'm still racing some, but
hey, you better. You need to be here on Monday nights. At least some Monday nights.
I'll be here part-time with Cochran and all them, with Darnell Racing. So they conned me into at least racing part-time. I don't know how much I'm going to get to make it, obviously, but knowing me, it'll be as much as I can.
All right, dude. Well, before we let you go and go party, because I feel like it's going to be a heck of a party in the Steele household tonight after the news of you making the Final Four. You got any sponsors you want to actually plug out there before we close up shop?
Yeah, always Marcy. Hopefully she's still awake so I can go talk to her before she goes to sleep. But if she's already asleep, then we'll talk to her tomorrow about it.
She's been blowing up the YouTube chat, so she might still be awake.
Heck yeah. She always feels bad about watching because she always feels like something bad happens, but not tonight.
No, definitely not tonight.
But obviously Marcy and the baby coming, and my parents always supporting me. JTD guys, Trav, Jared, Dwayne, JJR, AC Customs, Bassinger Insurance, Kaylee Owens with Tubo Girls Design. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Obviously, y'all for doing the broadcast and the friendships that we've gained through all this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you and your wife are probably the biggest supporters that are always watching the channel on All-Star 15 TV. So, I'm so happy we get to talk to you, pal. Go have some fun the rest of the night, and I really hope we get to talk to you next week.
I hope so too, guys. Thank y'all.
See you later, pal.
Y'all have a good night.
You as well.
All right, TJ. Let's break it down. The Final Four. Once again, you got Brandon Dunford, Josh Fox, Travis Lepanis, and Michael Steele. Going into Chicagoland next week, what do you think we got?
Oh, man, I mean, I feel heartbreak for Dylan Dunford because literally he was tied with Steele in points. And that I think he was trying to go for the win there. That cost him his whole season. And we loved it. man, I think he's going to be kicking himself for it. But with the 4 we have, and looking down the roster sheet for the season, AJ, wins almost didn't mean anything this year. Only
No.
one of the 4 drivers has a win on the season. It's Brandon Dunford. I mean, and next week you don't have to win the championship. You just got to be the highest of these guys. And do I expect Brandon Dunford probably to be towards the front? Yes. Do I expect Josh Fox, Travis, and Michael to be the front? Yes. But they may not win, but they could win the big prize. And it is just unbelievable to me that we've got a guy with 4 wins, a guy with 3, a guy with 2, and none of them made it. Only one winner has made the round of 4 and can race next week for a championship. And it's not like these guys didn't deserve it to be here. It's just wild. And this series does that. It's so competitive that you can go for a win one week and then just, go too hard for it and cost yourself everything.
Yeah.
That's why I love this series.
Dude, pretty much to piggyback on what you just said, Extreme Forces Racing League was the first league that ever made an appearance on the channel. And it has grown. It's gone through some serious roller coaster rides. But what league, number one, doesn't? And I love where it's come out to. To have such competitive races every race of the playoffs that we've had so far, and I am looking so forward to Chicagoland next week. It is on such a upward trajectory that I can't wait for next season with the Xfinity cars.
Yeah,
I literally am so excited. I'm not looking past the championship race next week, but mother trucker, am I excited for
how we're going to do things, and points are going to be awarded, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to be up here and call it again. I've debated running a race, maybe 1 or 2 next year, and I don't even know if I'm going to end up running any, just because it's going to be so fun to call.
I think you're in the same boat with me. It would be cool to be in the car, but to sit back in the broadcast booth and watch these guys do what they do best on a racetrack, dude, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it, pal.
Did you? I don't know if you still have the sim up or not, but click over to the 5 car. You said you love a modified at New Hampshire. Is that not a modified at New Hampshire?
That is a modified.
And that car is going to the Final 4.
After they clean it of all the empty beer cans and after they party out of it.
That car specifically is probably going to a Junction, or maybe it'll be saved. You never know. It could be a champion piece to happen. But at minimum, that car probably is not going to Chicago.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. Tonight was an absolutely banger of a race if you're just tuning in now. Rewind about an hour 45 and you will be very much entertained. For All-Star 15 TV, I'm AJ Capola. TJ Barnier, race driver / broadcaster Ryan Fry came up and talked to us for a little bit throughout the race. And thank you to all of you for tuning in. Also to our sponsors, to the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, Drinking Bros Auto Racing Facebook page, the Wrestling Over Everything Facebook page, and Falcon Grafix, where if you mention All-Star 15 TV on their Facebook page, you will get $5 off an iRacing paint scheme courtesy of Mick Olofsson. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you in Juliet, Illinois next week at Chicagoland.
Come watch a championship race.
Yeah, baby.
to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.